So I wanted to profile my Galactic Heroes deck. This is one of the new decks that came out of set 6 for Brandgate, and honestly, in my opinion, man, this deck is nice. This deck is really nice. It's just able to like off your base, your heroes base order is just able to insanely deck thin. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the ride line real quick. The grade 3 Galactic hero Dionys, his continuous ability, which is I believe it's continuous on both turns. All of your front row rear guard heroes get plus 5k. So that's continuous on your turn, and it's continuous on your opponent's turn. Then his second ability is when he attacks, if you have a hero's base, Counterblast 1, he gets plus 15. If you have 3 or more heroes bases, he gets plus 1 crit. So it's just really good solid beater, solid Vanguard attacker. And going on to the second card of the ride line, the reason I'm running Combine Rusher in the ride line versus the grade 2 hero is I just wanted to really maximize on all the heroes in my deck, since I like really rely on that's the only thing that this deck really relies on. It really relies on seeing your hero bases. So because I am solely so reliant on seeing my hero bases, I wanted to maximize each time I use the hero base. So I wanted to maximize on my heroes to make sure that I get 3 heroes off the search every time. So that's why I'm running Combine Rusher in the ride deck, which is fine. Combine Rusher has 2 abilities. One is on Rearguard Circle. If I believe I have to have 2 or more cards in the order zone. Yeah. On Rearguard Circle, when it attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if my order, 2 or more set orders, it gets plus 10 until the end of that battle. So that's what Combine Rush's first ability is. On Rearguard Circle, so he doesn't do anything on Vanguard. He's just there to be Soul Blasted because he does have a Drop Zone ability. His Drop Zone ability is when an order card is played from my hand, I can CB1 and call it to Rearguard. So it's just a free body. Well, not a free body, but it's just a body that I'm able to recur out of the drop zone. So that's why I do play it in the ride deck versus the main deck. And then the grade 1, we're playing the Galactic Hero Architect. What the Architect does is when you ride it, you search for your hero's base. So that's just like a must in the ride deck. But his secondary ability is on Rearguard Circle. When it boosts a hero unit, it gets plus 5 until the end of that battle. Or he gets plus 5 to in that battle. And then, of course, the hero starter. You could run any starter. I just wanted to run the hero starter because heroes. So let's getting on to the main deck. We play 4 heroes base Aegis. So I do believe that the name of this card will be errated to not have hero in it. That's why I'm saying like you're so reliant on seeing your heroes bases, because I'm not 100% sure yet if you're able to search Heroes Base off of Heroes Base. Because what Heroes Base's effect is, when you play it, you look the top 7 cards of your deck and add 3 hero cards from among them that have hero in their card name. They're not units. It says hero, and Heroes Base has hero in it. So to me, it seems like you could search Heroes Base off of Heroes Base, but I'm not 100% sure on that, because I had heard that some people say that Heroes Base wasn't translated correctly. It was supposed to be like, it was supposed to not have hero in it. But its first ability is that when check top 7 for 3 heroes, add 1 hero to hand, and then scout the other 2 heroes into your Heroes Base. And scouting is the main mechanic of this deck. And it has your Heroes Base has 2 other different effects. Its first effect is Act. Rest Heroes Base, discard a card from your hand, and superior call a hero from your Heroes Base. So you think about your Heroes Base as like a loading dock for all your hero cards that you can either summon them as attackers or boosters, or you could also have your heroes be summoned from the Heroes Base to your Guardian Circles as defenders. Its second ability is Soul Blast 1, Rest Heroes Base, and superior guard 1 hero from your Heroes Base to your Guardian Circle. So it's the whole deck. That's the reason why you do have to max out 4 copies of Heroes Base. If anyone knows, like 100% sure, like they're able to give me like some type of evidence, like reference in the comment section down below that you're able to search heroes you're able to search Heroes Base off of Heroes Base itself, let me know, because that'll just make this deck like way more, like that'll make this deck ultra consistent, in my opinion, of course. But going on to the heroes, I maxed out on every hero that you're able to max out on. I maxed out on 3 copies of the Persona Ride, Diodonis. You can search him because he's a hero. And then 4 of the Ride deck hero, Wired Colstein. What Wired Colstein does is it has an active Vanguard Circle effect that you're not going to be able to use unless you hard ride him. But basically, you scout a hero from your hand to your hero's base, and then you draw a card once per turn. And his second ability is when he's swapped with a rear guard in front of him, which it's another thing that this deck is able to do with one of its heroes, is it's able to swap. It was able to swap 2 units in the same column, and that's how you get an extra attack off in this deck. He gets 5k until the end of turn. And then we're running 4 of Galaxy Hero Flatten. What Flatten does is when she's placed on a rearguard circle, you counterblast 1 and you retire a rearguard in the same column as Flatten. That is just like a really good ability for Brantgate in general because it's generic. Like, I saw this card and I was like, ooh, are you generic? Ooh, yes you are. And I'm just like, that could come up in the future for Brantgate decks. That could really come up in the future for Brantgate decks. And then her second ability is during your turn, if your order zone has a hero's base, she gets plus 5k. So it's just really good. This deck is really good if it goes first, just because you're able to make 20k columns, 20k over columns. That's, you know, able to hit over 1 defensive. So basically, what you want to do is you want to have Flatten and Wired in the same column, so you're able to swing 20 with Flatten, and then you're able to swing 20 with Wired because of Dionis's ability. But on to the rest of the heroes. We play 4 of Galactic Hero Rampart. What Rampart does is, if I believe I need a hero's base for it to get the plus 10. Yeah, if my order zone has a hero's base and I have a Vanguard of Hero in its card name, he gets plus 10k shield. And then his second ability is when this card is scouted. Yeah, when it's scouted, which is when you put it into your order zone, you get to Soul Charge 1. Which is really good because this deck does use Soul off of your hero's base and off of one of your Grade 1 heroes that I'm going to get into right now. So the Grade 1 hero that does Soul Blast is Galaxy Hero Direct Fortal. I am running her at 4 copies, even though her ability only works behind the Vanguard Circle. I'm running her at 4 copies for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is Direct Fortal is a galactic hero that can be searched off of your hero's base, Aegis. And then reason number 2, you know, like I said in my last profile, there's just like a lot of removal in this metagame right now, or like a lot of decks that have the ability to just snipe retire or like snipe get rid of cards on your board. So it's because she's the only way you're allowed to make 4 attacks. I'd rather to max her out, and you know, that age-old, I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So that's why I'm running 4 copies of Fortal. And then for the last hero, you know, like we said, we're maxing out on all heroes. We're playing 4 Galaxy Hero Architect. Like I said, it's just like a really good 13k booster for your hero cards. You're able to make like, what, 33k columns without Persona Ride? That sounds pretty good to me. And the fact that it has like Snipe Retire, it has multi-attack, it has like, at least in my opinion, insane deck thinning. So heroes have like all the makings of a good deck. In my opinion, at least. So, going on to your PGs, you're running 3 DPGs, 1 of the Blitz Order PG, 1 Brantgate Overtrigger, arguably the best Overtrigger in the game right now. Whoa. Yeah, I'll put it like that. 3 draws, just because this deck doesn't draw. Like, it deck thins, and you're able to search, but it doesn't draw in itself, so that's why I am running the extra draw triggers. 3 effect crits, 4 regular crits, 3 regular heals. Ooh, they're moving. And then 1 of the effect heal on restanders. I just, like I said in all my profiles, I know I said, I know I sound like a broken record, but in my metagame, I feel like it is necessary because I feel like there's like a lot of decks in my metagame that do restand, whether it's the Vanguard or the Rearguard. I know a lot of people in my local area, in my local metagame, they're going to be playing a lot of Greedon, they're going to be playing a lot of Flagberg, they're going to be playing a lot of Jiva, which does restand Rearguards, and what else restands? Bastion restands. So I know Bastion does get played by like one guy in my locals. So again, I just play it at the one of. Better to need it and not have it. And then at the end of the day, I'm okay with running four triggers of 10k shield. I wouldn't go over 4. That's why in every profile I just run the 1 versus running 2. Like I wouldn't go over just 4 trigger units that naturally have 10k shield. But that is my hero deck profile. I feel like this deck is really good in my opinion. Definitely a tier 2 contender. I wouldn't say it's tier 1, but I feel like it just has like all the capabilities of like a really good deck. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I am going to have more content uploaded in the future. I'm going to have match videos be getting uploaded very soon. I just have to go to locals tomorrow and record it. But yeah, later.